You know, I'd really like people to see that there's great beauty and intelligence in the eyes of these animals. They're worth saving. They're worth getting back to the point where they thrive. Not just barely holding on, but actually thriving in the correct habitat. That's what I really hope, is that people look these animals in the eye and fall in love with them as I have and be moved to save them while there's still time. Hi there. How would you like to sign?
Meet Joel Sartore. He's a National Geographic photographer and founder of the Photo Ark.
So the Photo Ark started about 12 years ago, and we're at about 8,000 species now, photographed on black and white backgrounds using studio lighting. We figured that among the world's accredited zoos, aquariums, and wildlife rehabbers and private breeders, there's about 15,000 species of animals. And so we're about halfway done, a little bit more than halfway done. Another 15 years or so. If I make it that long, we'll be finished.
He has a lot of personality.
Animal ambassadors greeted guests as they arrived at the Phoenix Zoo's Stonehouse Pavilion in February of 2018. They were here to see Joel Sartore. He was at the zoo to snap some photos, sign his book, and share his story of the Photo Ark with a packed house of about 300 people.
The number one question I get when I talk, by the way, is people say, well, have you ever come close to getting killed on assignment? One lady asked me if I ever had been killed on assignment.
His presentation is fun, but his message is serious.
If we keep going the way we're going, where we just consume the face of the earth and take all the trees and take all the fish, I mean, yeah, we're going to lose massive numbers of species, like massive, like millions. And it won't take that long, you know, in terms of geologic time. But the good thing is that there's time to turn things around, and also nature will come roaring back. We just have to give it a break. If we set aside large blocks of habitat, that really is a lot of what Photo Ark is about. It's just teaching people to be better stewards. And we do that by getting them into the tent of conservation, by just falling in love with an animal they think is attractive, or a type of animal, and hopefully people will make the right choices. That's all we can hope for.
He hopes his photos will inspire people to take action, which includes supporting organizations that conserve wildlife.
So Arizona Game and Fish, they've done a tremendous job as far as helping to support things like the Mount Graham red squirrel, black-footed ferret, Chiricahua leopard frog. You can go on and on. These are species that a lot of them are really specific to the desert Southwest, and without places like Phoenix Zoo and Arizona Game and Fish, who's going to save them? You know, and Arizona Sonora Desert Museum as well, and the wildlife rehab centers that exist here. These are all entities that are pushing towards the same goal, and that is to allow these species to persist. Without all these organizations, these species would be gone by now. So to say I'm a fan is an understatement.
Joel has plenty of fans himself. More than 1 million people follow him on Instagram, where he posts new photos almost daily.
These animals are a lot more than what my pictures render.
With a deep respect for wildlife, Joel works quickly to minimize stress on the animals when he photographs them.
We're not doing a lot of frames, you know, maybe a dozen on some things, less on others. And we try to just get done as quickly as we can. Yeah, and then we share all the pictures with every zoo and aquarium we work with. They get the pictures free of charge, and they can use them as they see fit. And hopefully these pictures will continue to go to work long after we're all dead and gone. You know, we want these pictures to get out there and continue to go to work to save species. That's what it's about.
Each image is beautiful in its intimate simplicity, and Joel says it's difficult to choose a favorite.
One of them is a California condor that I photographed here at the Phoenix Zoo. You can see he's not only magnificent looking and the colors are stunning, but he's an intelligent animal, and he's checking me out. He's looking at himself also in the reflection of my lens. And this is a bird that, as I was a child, was down to nothing, you know, fewer than 2 dozen, and it's been saved by people that care. So that picture meant a lot to me personally, because it's an animal that's the first time I ever got to meet one up close, and it was just a big honor to photograph the bird. Well, most difficult are chimps. What do you think?
This video from Joel's presentation demonstrates why.
They're pretty strong. I hear they can rip your arm off and beat you to death with it, right? They're smart and they're fast, they're strong. They're pretty difficult for me to photograph well. So now doesn't this look nice? Doesn't this look nice? Perfect. It's perfect for chimps.
Money from Joel's books and his speaking engagements go back into the Photo Ark, as well as on-the-ground conservation and education projects. Looking at the vast collection of images in the Photo Ark, it's hard not to feel a sense of urgency. Some of the species Joel's photographed have already gone extinct.
What are you going to do? Seriously, going forward, what will you do? Don't wait for somebody else to save that cute leopard frog, or that desert cottontail, or that valley you used to love when you were growing up. Don't wait for it. Take it on. The goal really is to do what you can, make the world a better place as best you can, and that's it. You know, no, I don't expect to see results really in my lifetime, but hopefully this will help. It's all I knew to do. I didn't know what else to do. It's the best I could think of. Best thing I could think of. So.
Now it's up to us to see what we can save together.